My name is Ed Burtynsky. I've been photographing for over 40 years, human impact on the planet. Well, that's an image that I shot at the very beginning of my pursuit of human-altered landscapes. I was photographing in an area largely known for nickel mining, Sudbury, Ontario. In the years leading up to this project, in the late 70s, I put myself through photography school, which was expensive. I ended up working in the mines in the north, so I was a miner for 6 months. This is a massive tailings pond that had been building for over a century. So this tailings pond was 200 feet high of tailings, and then even if you look in the background, you'll see these birch trees, and they're half covered. So that's what's happening here. The tailings are covering these trees. And they don't extract the iron ore. It's not valuable enough. They just flow it out into these tailings ponds. Rivers of iron oxide, or think of it as rivers of rust. I wanted to show the scale of farming, bring in this kind of abstraction. So I found a guy who had an airplane who cut a hole in the bottom of his Cessna so I can stick my lens and shoot straight down. What that's showing is pivot irrigation, where there's pole with the water irrigation goes around the circle, and beside it is called row irrigation, which is not as efficient, whereas to get an inch of water in those rows, the beginning of the row ended up soaking up about 4 inches of water. That was on the outer edges of Scottsdale, where the suburb came up against a First Nations reservation. To me, it was a really interesting dividing line in that the First Nation decided to leave it as it was. And you look at all these homes, and this is in the desert, you look, almost every home has a pool. That was my picture number one of the shipwrecking work, and it's like the Statue of Liberty. It's got a pedestal and a green figure coming out of the center of the top. The areas, the shipyards, are all walled off by the sides of walls of ships, and you get in by opening up a ship door. To me, it was like stepping back in time. It was like Dickens and the Satanic Mill. In the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, life was cheap, the pollution was all over the place. There was people banging on pipes, breaking open, and asbestos just flying up into the air. You know, it's pretty easy to make a grim picture of a grim situation, but I take a grim situation and create an image that allows us to engage with it and not avert our eyes, and maybe even invoke our sense of wonder about what is this place.